We switch gears this morning. We are chatting about the United Ways International Day of Caring. Joining us on set, we have the Chair United Way Trinidad and Tobago Board, Ian Benjamin, and also Kendall Toluka, Resource Development Officer. Gentlemen, welcome.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
So my first question, what is this all about?
Okay, so our National Day of Caring is really our invitation to corporate Trinidad and Tobago and individual citizens to display and share their generosity with the rest of the country, and in particular perhaps those parts of the country that are less fortunate. So we invite NGOs and other bodies and other charitable organizations who have projects or needs to submit those projects and suggestions to us, and then we try to match. So we have a listing, and we invite our corporate entities and partners, either as individual corporate entities or even in partnerships among themselves, to adopt a project, to take it on, perhaps to do a garden kitchen, to paint a classroom, refurbish a library. I mean, some of our partners are very ambitious, and they'll be doing even more ambitious things this year. So that's all going to happen or culminate on the 20th of May, 2018.
Sounds wonderful. Mr. Toluka, how important is something like this? Mr. Benjamin would have spoken about generosity.
Well, with generosity, I believe there also comes with filling gaps that are left within, I guess, giving in society. And this fills a very big gap in terms of, as Mr. Benjamin said, NGOs and also schools, because there are some things that are not always met in terms of their needs, such as the painting, as he mentioned, and sometimes even the refurbishing of their areas. So, and that makes a more comfortable environment for the kids and for the patrons of those NGOs and those schools as well. So it's very critical and very important for those who are affected by that in society.
Great. Mr. Benjamin, I understand that the program focuses on 3 core industries. What are those?
Okay, so first of all, we've got our schools. We have primary schools and to a lesser extent sort of secondary schools that are going to be the recipients of our intervention. Okay, that's because one of our areas of focus is youth. Everybody goes to school, or everybody's been to school. It's a place where the community comes together. So investing our energies and how shall I say, identifying schools and young people as the recipients of our generosity means that you're not just doing a specific good thing on the day, you're building the national infrastructure. You're contributing to the production of the country in the future. So that's one of the reasons why we focus in that area. Our second area of focus is education. So again, children are going to learn, teachers are going to be more productive, leaders and principals of administrators of schools are going to be more focused if the environment in which they work, contributing in the way that I talked about in the first contribution, is more attractive. And so it's a win-win-win situation all around.
Now, you know, in a society where people say that we have no regard for human life, crime is just rampant.
Sure.
How do you see this playing a key role in society?
Okay. Of course, crime is a problem in Trinidad, as it is in many other places. But I think that National Day of Caring is an opportunity for people to rediscover that there is a very positive and optimistic side. Somebody said to me the other day that I was an eternal optimist. Well, guilty as charged. I accept that criticism. And the reason why I'm so optimistic is because I get to be around and to respond to the willingness to volunteer. I firmly believe that our biggest natural resource is our generosity and our willingness to be hospitable, to contribute, to volunteer, to give of ourselves, to give of our resources, and to actually make this country a better place. So that National Day of Caring is simply one opportunity to do that.
What is YBTT and how long has it been in existence?
YBTT.
Is that part of your organization? Okay, great. Not a problem.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
All right, so how long has Shell Livewire program, oh, I'm so sorry, United Way, how long have you all been embarking on this?
Okay, so the National Day of Caring began, I think, 2012 or 2013.
2013, so like last 5 years.
Right, 5 years. It really started as an occasion because we provide a lot of consistent financial support to some of the schools for young people and so on, and some of the homes for young people that we support. It really started as an occasion just to bring them together and to celebrate. So, so we'd have a fun day, and a fun day of caring, and it was really a sort of, you know, and there would be fun activities as well as productive activities. To give you an example, there would be movies and horse rides as well as personal development sessions. And we invited our volunteers from the companies that support us, their employees, to come and spend the day with the children who they were contributing to in a financial way. And then the idea gradually grew that, well, while the children are here, we could be doing something to make their physical environment more attractive. And one thing led to another, and I think today, I mean, Kendall will have the exact numbers, but we've certainly got more than 40 projects. Am I getting the number right?
Yes, and I guess to date we have had over 366 projects in the last 5 years, over 14,800 volunteer days,
Wow.
as well as $15 million to date invested in cash and also in kind.
So the response has been tremendous.
Over the last 5 years, definitely.
And we think the 15 million or the 4 is an underestimate
Wow.
of the extent of the contribution.
If you were to talk about the vision of this entire thing, how far would you like to see it go?
I would like the National Day of Caring to become a National Week of Caring, to become a National Month of Caring, and for Trinidad and Tobago to be known as the caring country. And I honestly believe that we have that potential. Yes, we have challenges. Yes, we have problems. But we've got enormous potential. And I think giving, volunteering, those are the things that help us see the better side of ourselves.
How can interested persons and organizations get involved?
They can find us on Facebook. They can come to our webpage at uwtd.com. I'm making sure I get the address correct. They can call us on the telephone number. Kendall, give us the number.
628-8562.
Yeah. Or they can approach their own company. And if that company is not already involved with United Way, volunteer to be a UWTT, United Way of Trinidad and Tobago champion, and say to their company or their boss or their supervisor that they would like their company to be involved, either in this National Day of Caring or the one that's going to happen next year in 2019.
I'd like to ask you, Mr. Tuluka, based on the experience you've had working with this particular organization, what has it done for you personally?
Personally, it has actually made me see things from two perspectives, actually, because previously to United Way, I was actually on the company side of things. So I was a champion before, so now I am actually in the organization. So I've actually seen the inner workings of United Way and the length and breadth of the work that they do throughout Trinidad and Tobago in terms of, as Mr. Benjamin said, in terms of the pillars of education, as well as youth and also family. So they go the extra mile or more so to help fill any societal gaps and actually help the impoverished of the population. So we do good work, and United Way's National Day of Caring is just part of that good work, and it actually helps build our momentum for the other projects that we do throughout the rest of the year.
Were there, and I know you mentioned 366 projects or so, but were there any particular projects that stood out to you personally?
Personally, actually, last year there are actually two sets of projects. There was actually one where there was a collective working of a number of companies that came together at St. Mary's Mucrapo Boys. And we found that working together as companies to achieve one major goal actually showed how different corporate entities within Trinidad and Tobago actually could work together in a non-competing way to benefit a primary school that is less fortunate than others. And that project also stood out because we actually got to see the interaction of the kids during the weekend and also the following weekend when they actually saw their finished school and the teachers themselves and felt that overwhelming reaction of gratitude and of inspiration and also of hope that they had, because they never had that kind of experience before, an outpouring of generosity.
Wow.
So to have that experience and to see that actually makes you inspired to do more and to be more for Trinidad and Tobago.
Now, Mr. Benjamin, many describe our society or people as being selfish and angry.
Sure.
Based on that, how challenging has it been for you to get new companies, new organizations involved?
Okay. I think that generally what happens is people have got to see and feel and touch the positive experience. Just talking about it isn't enough. So that once people come to one of our sites, as I invite you to do, anytime on Sunday, the 20th of May, then they can see in a tangible, meaningful way, A, that they can get involved, B, that they can make a difference. And once you've experienced those things, then it kind of ties in with our theme. Our theme this year is, where are you? We want you to get involved. So we do invite people to make contact, as we've suggested. And we have found generally, to answer your question directly, that the response has been, yes, you might still be frustrated with some aspect of the country in which you live, but there's another side to the country in which perhaps you maybe were not aware. So I think people come away with a more balanced appreciation of the virtues of their community and their fellow citizens.
What led to this theme, Where Are You?
Well, we do a lot of brainstorming, and we've got some fantastic help from McCann, who is our advertising partner. And we sit around the table and they present ideas to us. And one of the interesting things about that exercise is quite often there is one presentation that kind of registers with people in the room. There's a sense of resonance. And that happens at a couple of levels. It happens here in your mind, but also happens here at the level of emotion and heart and depth. And that notion, that theme just kind of captured the room, and it was clearly the one that we were going to run with.
And with the economic downturn, have you all encountered many challenges?
There has been some challenges in terms of companies, in terms of their budget, but I don't think it has diminished in any way their willingness to contribute and to give up their time towards this effort, because a lot of companies actually look forward to this as part of their CSR every year. So no, I don't think the economy has had that much of an effect. Yes, some companies may not have the budget, but they are definitely willing to contribute.
Wonderful. Mr. Benjamin, what are your closing comments? What would you like to say to those looking on, wondering if they should be part of this?
I would invite people to get involved, if not with United Way, with another aspect of their community where there's an opportunity for them to give back, to volunteer, and to build TNT.
And just a reminder, this event takes place on Sunday, May 20th, 2018. There will be an outpouring of caring for our citizens in need as corporate Trinidad and Tobago demonstrates its responsibility and generosity in reminding every citizen that you are the missing piece in giving hope on United Way's National Day of Caring. And from where you sit, what would you like to say to those looking on?
I would like to encourage Trinidad and Tobago to give, to open their hearts, and to reach out to their communities and to remind everybody that they are valuable, and that remind them that also that they are the reasons for other people having hope in their lives. So.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Indeed, a pleasure chatting with you. We've been talking to the chair of United Way Trinidad and Tobago Board, Mr. Ian Benjamin, and also the Resource Development Officer, Kendall Toluka. Much more when we return. Stay tuned.